Hey, how's it going? It's me, Super Koopa. It's been a couple months to a year, and nothing has really happened in that period of time here on the channel. I guess I've got a little bit of explaining to do. Basically, I've been working on my second hobby, or side project as I should call it. It's really my main focus, Orange Cactus Productions, which is my rail fanning channel and Instagram and Facebook. It's basically me getting back into a childhood love of mine of trains, specifically trains in North America. And that has taken up the majority of my time. As for gaming-wise, what I've been doing related to Super Koopa gaming, not a whole lot. To be completely honest with you, I finished a Let's Play of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, and I started uploading it to BitChute, and I kind of stopped. I'm still not sure as to why I stopped. I think it was just consuming too much time, and there was other stuff I wanted to do. That's been the tough part, is realizing that Let's Plays are very time-consuming with the editing and the uploading and the having to make thumbnails and all that good stuff. Stuff I knew going in, but stuff I didn't really plan for very well. So, that's kind of where that's at. 2020 was... Boy, that was a year, wasn't it? I was actually going to upload... I had a video labeled 2020 Thoughts, and I decided not to upload it because I didn't want to just air my grievances with the year. I think everybody else had pretty much said everything about the year that I could have possibly said. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare that nobody could wake up from. It was terrible. I mean, there were some good moments here and there, obviously. I mean, I'm still alive, but unfortunately, a lot of people passed on. A close friend of mine passed on suddenly. And no, it wasn't related to the pandemic, but a lot of close friends and just celebrities and just other people have just passed within the past year and a half, and it's just been weird. And on top of that, the year itself just felt slow. But at the same time, it felt quick. You know, at the same time, it felt like it just passed relatively quickly. And I think that's because everybody was locked down with nothing to do, and time just sort of passed before you knew what was happening. You look out your window and suddenly it's the next day. So that's kind of where things were at in 2020. So I didn't really focus on any uploads on this channel. I really wanted to get back into the rail fanning thing because it's something I felt a lot happier about. Not that gaming didn't make me happy or doesn't make me happy. It absolutely does. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on with gaming that's intertwined within the culture war, and I kind of just wanted to get away from all of it. You know, it's unfortunate that gaming has gotten tied up into all the political, what do you want to call it? All the political discourse, all the political unrest, if you will. And unfortunately, entertainment has been kind of at the forefront of that for a while, so I've wanted to get away from that. And rail fanning has definitely helped with that, and I'm really happy with where Orange Cactus Productions has been. And I was able to get an interview with We Are Railfans, the new railfan website from Dovetail Games, who make Train Simulator. They asked me if I wanted to be interviewed, and I said absolutely, and so I got an interview up there, and sort of gave them my background on why I love trains and all that cool stuff. It was really nice. That part of my life has been really, really solid, and it's been really positive and definitely a blessing, for sure. But I do want to get back to making some content here. I just can't figure out what exactly I want to do. I don't want to live stream. I gave up live streaming quite a while ago. I completely abandoned Twitch as a platform. It just reeks of trouble. Just, you know, again, has to go back to the whole culture war thing, which I'm really trying to avoid, because I got so wrapped up in that for the past several years and just following where it was going. and it just wasn't healthy, because it's very negative, very us versus them, and I don't want to spend my life with an us versus them mentality. You know, I want to just live and let live, and I think more people should do that. It's why I got off of Twitter when I did. I'm glad I left Twitter for that very reason, because Twitter has devolved into nothing but that. So, I was going to keep it around for the sake of, quote, business and promotion, but I decided against it. As for Let's Plays, I don't know if I'm going to do another one. I'll be completely honest. I wanted to do Super Mario Sunshine now that it's on the Switch. And I do have it, and I have already beaten it. But, again, that comes down to the time-consuming thing. And I'm going to have less and less time as this year goes on. You know, as different career opportunities pop up, I'm going to be a lot busier than I have been. You know, career-wise, things have been very stagnant, but this is looking like a year where more opportunities are going to hopefully come. So, I'll be a lot busier in that regard, and I won't have as much time, and what little time I do have, I kind of want to focus in on the rail fanning stuff, because that's a lot easier. All I have to do is really, you know, put short videos together into one video. It's a lot easier. This is a very tired commentary. Well, I started at 6. It's now 7 in the morning. So, my thoughts are kind of jumbled. I didn't really write anything down. I never usually do, but I've been thinking about doing that a lot more. So, but this is just kind of an update, sort of a rambling update for me. Just letting you all know where I've been, which is really nowhere. I've just not been doing anything. I've been very inactive here. Very inactive. And I apologize to people who are looking forward to content. I really hate to let people down in that regard, but, you know, I gotta focus on... I gotta focus... For not... I'm trying not to sound selfish, but I gotta focus on me. I gotta focus on the things that make me feel better mentally. Yeah, I don't like to get into mental health stuff, because I feel like that's all anybody ever talks about now. But I gotta do something that I truly enjoy and put a lot of focus and effort into that. And so this stuff is kind of taking a back seat with Super Koopa Gaming, and I still post it from Instagram from time to time, and I will continue to. But as far as videos are concerned, the future is just kind of up in the air. I'm not gonna get rid of the channel. You know, it's just don't expect frequent uploads really at all. That doesn't mean I'm dead by any means. But if you're interested in seeing me do stuff just in general, then I would advise following Orange Cactus Productions here on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook, because that's where the majority of my activity is going to be. I might do a commentary every once in a while here, but long term I'm not going to be doing any long Let's Play projects anytime soon. That's a disappointment to a lot of people. I know, and I'm sorry to those people, because I know that I have gotten feedback that people enjoy them, but where my life is at right now, I don't think it's really feasible to do them. So, I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about. I've got a lot of video to fill here. I recorded a lot of horrible Tetris gameplay. So yeah, I'm not going to do live streaming again, and that's been something I've been very back and forth about, whether I should just stream to YouTube, because it feels like YouTube is a better place for doing it than Twitch. Twitch is just... I don't want to go into a rant about Twitch, but I just don't like the platform. I've got lots of friends who are doing very well on the platform. I just don't like the platform. I don't like what it's become and what's becoming and how it's managed. I think it's managed absolutely terrible. I think the moderation is absolutely abysmal. The rules that are set are highly hypocritical. And it's just a very it's caught up in the culture war. you know, and they very clearly are on one side of the board. And if you've been following any of the culture war, then it's pretty easy to see which side they've taken based on their moderation and their rules. So I could care less about Twitch. Maybe one day it'll go back to being what it used to be about, which was just game streaming and having fun watching people stream. But it's just becoming a worse and worse platform, and I'm glad I quit when I did. It's much the same how I feel about Twitter, as I've been saying. It's just the platform has devolved. There's very few social medias now that I feel you can have healthy interactions with people on. Instagram is one, for the most part, and I think it's because it's a little bit better moderated. YouTube is YouTube. It kind of has always been the same. It's got its own pros and cons, but it's still been largely the same. And I like to use BitChute as well. BitChute has been a really good video platform as a secondary in case YouTube gets to a point where it's no longer a viable platform if it's so heavily curated and or censored. That's why I like BitChute, because it feels like old YouTube. And then Rumble's coming up too, and they, from what I'm hearing, they've been doing pretty well. So there are alternatives in the pipe. I'm looking at each one of them, but for now I am going to stick with YouTube, because YouTube and BitChute, because I've already got dedicated videos up there, and this will probably go up there too. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the future here. I think I'll just upload some short form videos every now and again. Maybe there'll be a subject that I want to talk about, Nintendo related. Maybe I'll just start doing Nintendo related commentaries. I feel like that would be a really enjoyable thing that people would like, talking about different events with Nintendo, because there is a lot to talk about. You can talk about different games and maybe do some sort of review type content, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. That would require a lot of editing to do well. But even just a discussion would be... that'd be easy to do. And just have random gameplay like this in the background. Again, I apologize for this Tetris gameplay. I just sort of recorded it last minute and... oh man, my lines were just terrible. I'm very nitpicky about my Tetris gameplay. I'm usually able to do a 150 line marathon, but this morning I just was getting all sorts of bad lines, and I swear my controller was doing hard drops for me that I wasn't prepared for. That one thing when I reset was my controller doing a hard drop that I didn't want it to do. So I don't know what happened, but I think all in all, that's pretty much it for me. There's really not a whole lot new to talk about. I just wanted to let everybody know I'm alive, mostly emotionally whole. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing over at Orange Cactus Productions, and I will be sure to link that down below. That stuff is really taking off, and it's been a lot easier of an experience for me than stuff over here. But I haven't abandoned here, and I'm not planning on it unless, you know, it gets to the point where I absolutely can't do both. But for right now, I just want people to know that this is not this side of my branding, quote unquote, is not dead. It is absolutely still alive, and it's just going to be a lot less involved than it was before because of this new endeavor that I'm on. And I really hope that you'll join me for this new endeavor. If not, I understand. I know railfanning content is not for everybody, and it's a bit different, but it is enjoyable, and I feel like my passion is really behind it, at least right now, so hopefully you'll join me over there. And I guess that's pretty much it. There's only a few minutes left. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. what you would like to see from the channel. Within reason, of course. I'm not even, actually scratch that, I'm not even taking requests really, because there's really not a whole lot that I can actually realistically do. But let me know if you've enjoyed the content that has been on here, and the idea of me going forward doing more short form videos and content. And hopefully, like I said, you'll check out Orange Cactus Productions. That is where the bulk of my activity is. So, hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody has a better 2020. I'm determined to make this year better than 2021, regardless of culture war and political circumstances. And I hope you are too. So, thank you all very much for watching and sticking around if you have through all the inactivity. And I will see you guys next time. This has been Super Koopa. God bless. Have a good one. Peace.